So right now my mom is really excited because she knows that my sister and my niece and nephew and my brother-in-law are here. But so my mom's excitement doesn't match mine. Hi guys!
Well, I'm excited that you're here too.
So we've been joined by my sister Kimberly Kamau, her husband Francis Kamau, and my niece and nephew Maleki and Kimani Kamau, and they are going to talk about their time in Zambia and give us a little bit of information about the Village of Hope, as well as the things that you have coming up. So we'll talk for a bit, and then we'll go into a bit of the piece that I put together, okay? So welcome.
Thank you
to
very
our
much.
program.
Welcome.
Thank you very
Good
much.
to see you again.
Thank you. Thank you.
Kamau, good to see you again. So, Kamau, would you please tell us a little bit about your involvement in the Village of Hope, how you first heard of it, and what's been going on the past few years?
We've been in Zambia, where the Villages of Hope is located, for the last 5 years now. We first heard about it when our friend Con Benedict Swartz introduced us to what he was hoping to do in Africa to help rescue orphans in Africa, and particularly in Zambia. These are kids whose parents have died because of the HIV pandemic that has been rampant in the sub-Saharan Africa. So my family and I, we went out to Zambia to help rescue these children. That was 5 years ago, and our church in Delaware really has helped us a lot. They've come right alongside our work in Zambia, and every year they've been sending teams from our church to come and support us in the work we're doing, just being with the children. And so that's how we got involved. We went there. There wasn't much when we first arrived in 1996. Started digging the foundation and building homes. And presently, we have about 5 homes where the children are living. They stay there, and we have a school. We have 42 children, 22 girls, and 20 boys, ages 0-6 to about 14 years.
Okay.
Yes.
So, Kim, tell us about the home life and the education life of the children, and the organizational structure. The homes, how they have an auntie and that.
Well, each of the homes has a house mother. That she's there 24 hours, and she's like the mom. And the children call her mom. They call her mom, and it's just like a regular household. Like a regular household. There's the girls have their room, the boys have their room, and that's how they operate. We wanted it to be that way because we didn't want it to feel like an institution.
Okay.
And we wanted it to be as close to home as possible. This was their new home now. And so we have ladies that come back and forth each day. We call them aunties. And they come and go each day. And they relieve the caregiver, the house mother, when it's time for her to go on her days off.
Right.
And everything. And so on any given morning, the children rise, they do their chores, and they meet, they gather out front for morning assembly, which is their time to make sure that their uniforms are okay, and singing songs and praying and reciting their memory verses that they've learned. And and then they're off to school, and they're on their way to school. Which
was built for the Village of Hope, and
yes,
it's right there.
It's right there on the now where the children lives is surrounded by a gate, but the school is outside the gate. It's still the property of the organization, but it's outside there. So they walk to school every day, and many of them run. Many of them run, and they just have, they have a wonderful time. They really love going to school.
Right.
Which is really awesome. Some of them had come there not ever being in school before. And they may have been like 8 or 9 years old, and they had never been to school before. And it's really amazing to see, because those very ones that hadn't attended school before are now doing so well. They're reading, they're doing their math, they're speaking English very well. It's just been amazing.
In the beginning, there was a time when Kimberly would be teaching a Hope Club to the kids. She used to use a translator all the time. She would be teaching in English, then a Zambian caregiver will be translating into the local languages. Now these kids have learned English so well, she doesn't need a translator anymore. She can just teach in English.
Some of them are even translating. They're translating for some of the other ones now. So it's just been exciting to see how God has just caused everything to be wonderful.
Can I please ask, how long has the longest
child been there?
Yeah. What's the longest stay?
I would say about 4 years now.
So far,
is that
Isaac?
Yeah.
We had when we started the children's home, we brought in 5 boys. That was in October 2007, and so the 5 boys came, and then later on they were joined by a girl. So those are the first group of kids that came on. Then after 2008, 2009, we've been bringing kids as the needs arises and as we are able to complete building homes for them to be able to come. So right now we still have a waiting list of about 13 kids waiting to come in once the houses become available.
Oh, that's awesome.
When I met Isaac, I mentioned to him, and they'll see this in the clip I made, the magazine. He was on a Christian magazine cover when they first left.
Right.
He doesn't want to talk about it. He's, and it's funny because he seems so shy in this interview. Wait till you see it. He seems so shy. But then there's also a part where you see this little boy kind of bopping around with sunglasses on, and that's
not shy. That's
He's
the real
not
Isaac.
Shy at all.
He's not shy at all.
So having said that, I think we do now want to go into the piece a little bit. It's kind of long. I want to make sure that we're good with time. So please continue to watch, and what you'll see is a little bit of the time that I spent in Zambia at the Village of Hope.